Howdy. I assume that you know Dutchsinse. Hopefully you do. If you don't, check out his videos. I like him. He is this kind of straightforward dude, and he has somehow a rather positive attitude towards things. And I've been watching many of his videos. It's very interesting. And some time ago, I stumbled across his post, which is maybe now 7 hours ago. Awesome sauce. We have a cover story for the sulfur smells in India now. Headline: Severe weather causes unplanned flaring of gases odor at Whiting, Indiana BP facility. So much for yesterday's no reports of sulfur. You're exaggerating to get views claims by the deniers. Yesterday, same time as sulfur smells appearing in Michigan and India, about 1,000 miles west of Montana, 60 miles north of Yellowstone Park. Hot tar and sulfur in the Yellowstone River. Said it was from a train derailment. So, since I've been watching Dutchsinse, I don't know if I missed one of his last videos he made, like the recent ones. I think I saw them, I don't know. Doesn't matter, but I'm aware of some wildfire activity in America, Northern America especially, Canada. For those who live in the Americas, you probably had some experience with the smoke of it, because they were rather intense, and many of those started almost simultaneously and stuff like that. And now it seems there is also sulfur in the air. This is my Finnish Copper playlist. 19 videos. Yeah, in the beginning there was just 6. And the thing is, I was playing around with some pebbles in a microwave. There are copper mines here in the vicinity. And there is also sulfur in the vicinity. Copper and sulfur are somehow related. It is something I try to figure out how and why and what's the thing about. But whom to ask? I asked people already. It would be very cool if someone could tell me, yeah, it's because of this and that. That's why there is always copper and sulfur. Okay? Until now, I don't know. This is why I make these videos. If you haven't seen them, I recommend you to check them out. So, for example, here the flames shoot up to heaven, telecurrents, GIC microwaves, and dragons. Let's have a look at this quickly. Yeah, obviously. We are watching at the surface conductivity anomaly here in Scandinavia, where are marked some copper mines. And I'm at the moment between those two. You know? So, it's a part of the environment. Maybe it's easier when I just push play and listen what I said back in the days when I made this video some weeks ago. So now, from the ocean rose a giant, mighty torsos, tall and hardy, pressed compactly all the grasses that the maidens had been raking. When the fire within them kindles, and the flames shoot up to heaven, till the windows burn to ashes, only ashes now remaining, of the graces raked together. Let me just emphasize this. and the flames shoot up to heaven. It might sound really, really crazy to many people. But as I have shown in my early video, that's a rock I found some time ago. And since it was yellow and looked rather interesting, I picked it up and brought it home. And this is just a small part of the video I wanted to show you how it looks. Or better, how it looked. Because I was putting it into the microwave. Let's go to the video player. And after it has been in the microwave for some time, you can see it in my previous video, it grew some blisters on top of it. Here's something, and here. And it turned also red. Because it was yellow. Because it might contain sulfur. So, I was putting it again into the microwave. Obviously you can see it's now cooled down. That's the back side of it. So it has cracked in many places. Because it's growing. You know, there's stuff coming out of that stone. And I was putting it into the microwave. And basically the only thing I was surprised about was that how quick the reaction started. And check it out. What happened? Put your volume up. Because you have to understand, the dragons, they are very loud. Maybe there's some gold or something. Doing some alchemy at home. Yeah, this started very quickly after I put it into the microwave. Remember? And the flames shoot up to heaven. So now, the thing is, not only did I prove ancient mythology being correct, because these things really can happen. Obviously, there can be flames shooting up to the heavens from the ground. And as I mentioned here also in the title, telluric currents, GIC, Geomagnetically Induced Currents, which are related to solar activity mostly. They are electromagnetic in nature. It's electromagnetic radiation, as is in a microwave. Microwave is electromagnetic radiation. It makes the stones melt, it makes the stones growing. It creates a sulfur smell very often. It creates flames which rise up to the heavens or to the roof of the microwave. But the thing is, this can be scaled up let's say, to a planet-sized body compared to this little pebble. And as you can see here in the picture, I just noticed this right now. But this plasma ball here, let's call it like that, is as big as the pebble. And I have to mention also that the sulfur is something very important. Because usually it's yellow or even white, but if you heat it, it turns red after some time. It needs probably some 200 degrees or something. And in Outokumpu in Finland, not too far from here, there is this old copper mine, which has been once one of the most important copper mines of whole Europe. That's the coat of arms of Outokumpu. We have Venus and copper. This is the sign of Venus. We have red and yellow in the coat of arms. No. Red for burnt sulfur. Amazing. Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Where to get back to the thing? Here, maybe? Yeah, somehow it sucks. It was very hard to get the video to the place, so now let's go to the screenshot. It's much easier to show you. But anyway, the question is, the coat of arms is yellow and red. Does the yellow represent the sulfur before it's burned and the red for the sulfur after it's burned? I don't know. We have also the tridents, which could represent electrical discharge events, lightning strikes. Lightning strikes as big as it is almost unimaginable. No one alive has ever experienced such a thing. So now, we have these experiments are made with a microwave, electromagnetic radiation, electricity. It also flows through Earth's crust, probably much deeper as well. And we have it in the atmosphere, and we have it throughout the universe. It is in your head, it is in your heart, it is in your muscles. Electricity is everywhere. We have plasma, which is rather hot in this case. And I could imagine that these kind of things could ignite wildfires. Because if electricity can make a rock so hot that there is a plasma discharge event going on, the rock starts to grow, we might have to expect some forest could start to burn as well. So the thing is, I really would like to have a chat with Dutchsinse. I tried many times to find some contact information that, hey dude, I could write him a mail and we chat about that. I don't know how to contact this guy. If anyone knows how to, tell me. Send him this video, for example. He will find my contacts. I think it would be very interesting to have a chat with him. Because it might be important. For many people, not just for him. For example, the people affected by the wildfires. So, let's see if this helps. Yeah. It's very interesting. I have been following this wildfire thing in America for some time, and to some degree, there was other things which needed to get some attention. But since I saw this sulfur news, I'm very interested into the whole topic. And I wonder if there's anything like this going on elsewhere on Earth. We just don't know about it. Let's say Siberia or something. I don't know. These are very interesting times. I thought that's somehow a strange thing to talk so much about sulfur. You can check out the playlist. You will figure out what's the thing about the sulfur and copper and all these kind of things. I also tried to take contact with some people which would have some equipment in order to make some proper science out of it. But I'm still waiting for answers. They don't answer. I don't know how expensive a proper geological laboratory would be. But if anyone has one and doesn't need it for a while, I could, make use out of it. I don't know how it would work, but I guess many of those machines are rather expensive. Those kind of microscopes and X-ray diffractometers and whatever stuff they have. In order to get proper results. Taking a stone, take the samples of the stone, make an analysis of the elements and other things, and then put it for some time in the microwave and take some new samples. Make a proper analysis of them, the amount and what kind of elements we have in a stone. Checking out some thin slices or thin sections, as they're called, like really thin stone layers where the light shines through and you can really watch the crystals using some polarized light, and you can figure out what kind of mineral it is and all these kind of things. And then put it again into the microwave and take again some samples and make analysis about. And after that, you have a set of maybe 4 or 5 different stages of the stone being in the microwave, and you can compare them. You can see the transmutation of the elements. Yeah. That's something most geologists don't want to hear or see or know about. But I'm really eager to know. They know that, at least some of them. That's probably the reason why they won't give me some results. They told me they have them, but they don't give me them. Yeah. But anyway, I think it's important for people to know about these kind of things. What electricity can do to the rocks. I've been writing about this. And if you check out the videos about those Finnish copper and microwave stone experiments, you will see also my paper. And you will find a link to the paper where you can read it. And think about it. Because these are very important things. Earth's magnetic field is weakening. The sun is ramping up. The solar cycle 25 seems to be much more intense as expected. The rise of activity is much steeper than expected. Maybe Earth's magnetic field is weakening more than expected. I don't know. Hard to get data about that. Geomagnetically induced currents are very important. For those who don't know about the Carrington event, I talk about the Carrington event in those videos. You know, in our modern world with the internet and all these kind of things, doesn't need too much anymore in order to silence us. Yeah, in the last 2 or 3 days, there was some bigger problems with the internet here. It was partially the reasons why I didn't make any videos, because it just didn't work. There was something very interesting going on in the Baltic Sea weather-wise, but it didn't work, the internet, so I couldn't really make any record. I have some records about it. Maybe I'll make a video about still. I don't know. But now there's another thing just popping up. Sulfur once again. I've been talking about this rather much some weeks ago. And now it's just popping up again. Related to wildfires and stuff. You know, Yellowstone National Park. That's a volcano. Yeah, it's all very interesting. And I think it could be very important. But anyway, tell Dutchsinse I really would like to talk with him. And I don't care if he's like this kind of big dude or whatsoever, because it's about the things. About some possible facts, which are possibly related, which could be possibly very important for many, many, many people. Like, my channel isn't monetized, even though I would get, I don't know, thousands of views or whatsoever. It doesn't matter after all. It doesn't change anything. It's about the facts. It's not about me. But anyway, the flames shoot up to heaven. Might be something important to understand. Thanks. Bye.